Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 428. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here, as always, with my suspenders set to maximum stun. It's under my coat today. We're going to have a great day today. Sorry for being 5 minutes late. The Sodden Knight is in the chat and says it's supposed to be 10 Eastern, right? Yes, it is. My bad. I had a little bit of a late start. But sorry about that. Anyway, I'm here. The show must go on. We're ready to go. It's going to be a grand old time. A grand old time. So, we're going to have a great show for you today. It is a cold day here in Seattle today, which is why you see me wearing my jacket, because I really wanted to smoke a cigar today, as is customary on this program. But it's so cold. And I have to have a window open because I don't want to smoke out everyone in the house. So I've got my window open and I've got my fan pumping out an exhaust fan. And I've got a crack in my door over here to get some airflow. But when I have that, it is freezing cold in here. I've got a space heater down here cranking at 97 degrees Fahrenheit, which in reality for this space heater is more like 70 degrees because the thing doesn't work. Anyway, I've got space heater, I've got a jacket, but I got my cigar. So I'm happy. We're going to have a great show, ladies and gents. Mr. Chucky says, Oxhorn, I saw your Jacobstown video. I have always believed that Lily's ramblings is her remembering parts of her life prior to FEB via exposure. What are your thoughts on this? I'm going to be going through all of my thoughts on that when I do my video on Lily, but surprise, I agree with you. I think all of that's the case, and in fact, we learned that when we maximize our affinity with her, we actually get a piece of her past. The Dark Seraph says, Ice Pink Mice. Oh! I almost did it! I almost did it! Hey! This is like one of those moments, right? You know you've made it as a live streamer when somebody tries to get you to say something naughty on your live stream by donating. And I almost fell for it. I got halfway through reading it aloud. Nice one! But no, you're not going to catch me up today, oh internet people. I am being vigilant. I'm glad I stopped halfway through reading that. It was dangerous. So, wow, I'm going to have to be careful today. All right, well, thanks for the tip, Mr. Naughty Person. Anyway, but to answer your question, yeah, I do believe with you, and I'm going to be going through all of that in my video on Lily. I had a lot of fun today with the video that I released on Jacobstown, and it was so great to finally get to see Marcus again. Did you all recognize his voice? That was Michael Dorn. Worf from Star Trek. And he's the original voice actor for Marcus in Fallout 2. Michael Dorn was the voice of Marcus in Fallout 2, and the Obsidian team brought him back to voice Marcus in Fallout New Vegas. I thought that was a wonderful bit of continuity between the games. So, I had a lot of fun with the video. Working hard on a video for tomorrow. I've been working on it all day. It's a shorter video than today's video was because I had to do the show today, but I got the video done, I uploaded it, I'm going to be publishing it tomorrow. It's going to be a Fallout 3 video, and it's one in a 3-part series. And the reason I did that is because the topic itself is really long, and I normally just make one big hour or hour and a half long video out of that, but I'm trying something new. I'm going to try and break it up into more digestible chunks of 20 to 25 minutes and turn it into like a little mini series. So we'll see how that does. Anyway, I've got that scheduled for tomorrow, and then we'll finish each episode in the 3-episode series next week. So, a lot of good stuff coming up. Oxhorn, you need to do more settlement builds, says Marble Shark. Yeah, I know. This is something I've been struggling with. I love building my settlements here. I gotta cut my cigar. If I don't cut it and put it on fire, I'm never gonna get to it. Let's cut the cigar. This weekend, so I have one day off a week. Sunday is my day off every single week. And during my day off on Sunday, I usually end up recording footage for my videos the next week. So it ends up being a work day anyway. But sometimes I have a chance to relax. But I really, really wanted to sit down and just work on one of my settlements because there's really nothing like... For me, I'm not relaxing when I'm playing the game. because I'm writing a script in my head and I'm thinking about... Mrs. E says, please make a smoke ship. I can't do smoke ships anymore. I will do I'll try some smoke rings, but the smoke ships took a lot of audience participation. Now the audience is too big, so I can't do smoke ships anymore. Too big, too many people. It would fly off the screen. But it would take a lot of... when I'm playing the game, you know, I'm thinking about scripts and incorporating the footage into a video. But when I'm building a settlement, I don't have to do that. I just sit and I think about how the settlement will work. And it's freeing. And it's really enjoyable. But I haven't been able to do it for a long time because I have so much content I have to chew through. So I will get back to my settlements. I've already done every settlement in Fallout 4. So it's not like I've missed one. I've finished all 33, 35 settlements or so. And I published a video on each of them. They're all on my YouTube channel. But I really would like to go back and revisit them. One of the things I want to do with my settlements, which I'm not going to be doing anytime soon, so this is not a promise. But one of the things I would love to do is redo each settlement without mods. I did them with mods, and I think they turned out great. And I love the way my settlements turned out. I don't know, but I've been getting a little bit more lore friendly as I've been going through the lore, because I started my channel just doing settlements. All I did is talk about the settlement system and the math behind how the settlement system worked. That's how I started my channel. So I was really focused on that. And I really didn't care too much about lore at that point. I was really focused on making a cool settlement. Gabe, all right, I'm glad you're back. Gabe Smith is back with a wonderful tip. Thank you, Gabe. Look, I looked. I know you said that I could get a bottle of it on Amazon. I looked. All I could get is candle-scented Kentucky Trace Bourbon, or whatever it was called. I wrote it down. I did look for what you told me to get. I could only find candles and potpourri and air freshener that smelled like the kind of bourbon you wanted me to get. So I took the paper with me to my local liquor shop, and I said, do you have this in stock? And the guy said, no, we don't carry that in Washington State. So I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm not going to be getting every kind of bottle you guys want me to get, all right? I tried. I went on Amazon. I couldn't get it. All they had was candles. And I went to my liquor shop. They didn't have it in stock. I don't have a P.O. box set up so nobody can send me anything. If you give me a tip to get a bottle of whiskey, thank you. But I can't promise that I'm going to get the kind of bottle of whiskey that you want me to get because I don't know if they have it. And that's the situation where I find myself. So, Gabe, I'm sorry. I know I told you I would get a bottle. I tried. I couldn't find one. My apologies. I was in the middle of talking about something else, wasn't I? Yeah, I might do it without mods sometimes, settlements. Anyway, King Al says, hey, Oxhorn, you're an awesome person, but I got a question. What intrigues you most about the Fallout series, and why? Ooh, that's a good question. Let me light this thing on fire first. Deal? Arp. Arp. Ah! Could dog meat be a scent, says Tyrael? Maybe. Justin says any Fallout 1 or Fallout 2 lore-related vids. Well. Oh. There we go. I've already published 2 Fallout 1 vids on my channel. One on Junktown. And another on iguana meat. I can't get Fallout 2 to work. I can't get it to work. So I even had one viewer kindly send me an email with a list of step-by-step instructions on how to get Fallout 2 to work on my machine. It involved creating a separate installation of Windows XP or something on my hard drive. It was crazy. And I went through everything and I still couldn't get it to work. So I still got to figure out Fallout 2 before I start making content. Anyway, what's the most intriguing thing about the Fallout series and why? The most intriguing thing is how far people will go to justify their behavior. Or actually, the extent to the kinds of behavior that they will deem acceptable just because it's the apocalypse. That is really fascinating to me, and I think it talks a lot about human nature. It's one of the things I love to point out in my videos. Devin says, Ox, you inspired me to start my own channel. What programs would you recommend to get started on recording? I use open broadcast software. Gabe says, fair enough that we can get in Oklahoma. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know. I tried to find it. Washington is it's far away from Oklahoma. It's a bit of a jog. Just to be fair. Yeah, I use open broadcast software. Sad day, says Justin. Sorry, your day is sad. Thanks for the tip, though. I use open broadcast software to record all of my footage. I use open broadcast software to do my my live streaming. I used to use Shadowplay by NVIDIA, and the quality of Shadowplay is amazing, but it desynchronizes the audio to the video when I use Adobe Premiere to make my videos. So I just couldn't use it anymore. I've tried using a number of other different pieces of software, but the only thing that does not impact my FPS when gaming is OBS. I've tried Fraps, I've tried MSI Afterburner, I've tried DX Story, I've tried lots of different stuff, and it all massively impacts my FPS to get a decent quality out of the video. So OBS has been a lifesaver for me. Brotherhood Outcast says the jacket is a nice touch. Yes, but I'm cold. It's cold in here. I've got a breeze going right through my office, and it's the middle of October, and I'm cold. Kyle says you need to retrohale that cigar. You'll get more flavor? Is retrohale? Is that like pushing it up into my sinuses and then... I tried that once. I don't recommend it. Cigar smoke in your nostrils? No. Not my thing. But you know what I do have? I have Scotch. PK Red says, Ox, when do you think you can finish the Powder Gangers, or did you already finish? Yeah, I finished. I finished every single Powder Gangers plot in the entire game of Fallout New Vegas. I ended by deciding the fate of Cook. Right? And Cook is the guy who masterminded the breakout of the NCRCF to begin with. So, yeah, the Powder Gangers are done. But it was a fun series. Just FYI, Michael Dorn also voiced Frank Horrigan in Fallout 2, says Jammin. Oh, is that true? Hey, that's great. Everybody loves Michael Dorn's voice. I was getting a lot of comments from people on my video today who did not know who Michael Dorn was, and they kept on saying, man, I love that Marcus's voice. I wish more super mutants sounded like him. I'm like, he's got a good voice for it, right? Kval says I was fired. Kval, you were not fired. No one was fired. So, you may notice that I don't have mods helping me with the program today. Just, you have to remember, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I started broadcasting this show in July of 2009, and I have done it every week of my life since that time, right? And for the vast majority of that time, I've done it just like this. Me sitting down in front of the camera, I've got my chats up in front of me, the camera, Scotch cigars, and I talk. I tried something for about a month or so, for a couple of months, where the moderators on my Discord channel would help me out and read your questions over to me. And it was a worthy experiment. But nobody got fired. I'm not doing it today just because people got fired. Let's try to not make things as dramatic as they need to be. I just want to do it this way today. Is that okay? Going back to the days of old. The yore of yesteryear, however you say it. Guan says you probably won't, but will you be doing a profile video on dog meat? It would be hard. There's not much to say. I would basically just talk about where we find dog meat in every game. Because there's not a lot of story. It's a dog, right? He doesn't have a backstory. You can't talk to him. Jammin says, I know your DLC videos take quite a bit of preparation, but when do you think you'll get around to Old World Blues? Well, Old World Blues is the next DLC that I will be doing. K-Val, don't feel bad. Yes, you were caught. Hey, we don't do pity parties here on Scotch and Smoke Rings. No self-pity in the Oxhorn community, okay? Man, what was I get to reading the chats, and then I lose my spot. This is why we went with mods to begin with, because this happens. I'll get to chatting, and then something will catch my eye, and it's like that Ice Age squirrel. Or no, what is it? That's up. Squirrel. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh! Old World Blues! Yes, I will get to it. It's the next DLC that I will be doing content for. And I don't know, I tend to do the DLCs every month or so. Last month, it was The Pit. The month before that, it was Honest Hearts. Am I going to do Old World Blues this month? I don't know. It's also Halloween this month. A lot going on. Plus, Old World Blues is so difficult. When you get to the sink, you stand in front of those 5 robots for 45 minutes. 45 minutes talking with these faces. How am I going to turn that into a video? How do I do that and keep it interesting? Am I going to expect my viewer to sit down for 45 minutes in one spot listening to the same talking television? I don't know. I mean, apparently Obsidian expected that of the player. They had that in the game. I don't know how I'm going to do that on YouTube. So there's a lot of logistics to Old World Blues that I got to figure out. Because it's, they put a lot in it. But I'll figure it out. I'm going to do it. It's the next DLC. Okay, people are saying, yes, I'll watch it. Shadow Oxa says I'll watch it. Holiday says, yes, that I will watch it. All right. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just... The very first episode of the Old World Blues DLC is going to be sitting in front of 4 different talking televisions for 45 minutes. We'll see. I'm going to find ways to... It's all in the editing. I'll shoot the footage, and I'll make it good in the editing. That's what it is. Samantha says the longer the better. Yeah. When I do Old World Blues, each episode will be 2.5 hours. That's Supreme Commander James Shu. Wow. All right, that's... I don't know if you like the NCR or if you're being critical of the NCR. Anyways, he says I would sit for 45 minutes and watch that. All right. Old School says Old World Blues is terrifying. It does have that horrible concentration camp. That is terrifying. The Reaper says, Oxhorn, are you going to do any more Destiny 2 lore? Probably not. I did it as an experiment. I did one video. It was the Destiny 2 beta. The game had not released yet. Only people who had gone through that first intro mission... I mean, the only thing available was going through that first intro mission. I did a video on that, and, you know, the response was not terribly keen. A lot of people not really interested in Destiny 2. So I probably won't be doing more content on it. But it was a worthy experiment. Gabe says, do you prefer Apple or Android for a phone? I have an iPhone. My wife has a Samsung Droid. I'm cheap, though. I've had the same phone since 2013. You can tell because my case is falling apart. It's an old iPhone... Is this 5? iPhone 5 or 4? It still works. Why would I upgrade? I won't get into it. I just don't understand getting a brand new phone every single year. It's been working fine since 2013. Black Dog says, what has been your favorite DLC over all of the Fallout series? Well, I haven't done them all yet. I've only done a few. And so I have to choose between all of the 4, because I've done all of them. And then Honest Hearts, Dead Money, Anchorage, or The Pit. And that's tough. I think Far Harbor is my favorite so far. Really enjoyed Far Harbor. Really enjoyed Honest Hearts. But I really enjoyed them all. This is a hard choice. Oh. Brotherhood Outcast says, so Ox, what the heck happened when you ended your stream last week? Was there someone at your house? Yeah! I still don't know what happened. Fallout Russian says, will you do any Fallout Tactics videos? I will. I have Fallout Tactics. I've tried playing it. I need to get into it. It's one of those games where I really got to get my toes wet first before I can start producing content. Anyway, we had somebody ring our doorbell, which is weird because my window was open. I'm right here, and this window is right next to my front door. So if someone was there, they could just lean over and say, hi, Oxhorn. But nobody did. But someone rang the doorbell and started banging on the doorbell. My wife freaks out. She's texting me, somebody's at the door. And I'm in the middle of doing the show. I'm playing Metro. I'm like, all right. So I jump up and I run to the door, and no one's there. So I'm like, all right. So I come back downstairs to do the show. My wife texts me again. There's a car in our driveway. All right. So I opened the garage door. I mean, you saw it on the show. I opened the garage door, and I went outside, and there was no one in the car. So, someone at the door, but no one at the door. There's a car in the driveway, but no one in the car. Never seen the car before. It's a big black car. So I ended the program just to kind of batten down the hatches of the house for a bit. Ultimately, we deduced that it must have been a neighbor who was parking in our driveway and might have chosen to knock on the door to ask us if they could. But then upon hearing me shouting out my window because I'm doing the show, they either got confused or they didn't want to disturb us. Anyway, the car was gone the next morning. I'm not going to worry about it. Whatever. Hope no one's going to be looking at me through this window. Hey. Any videos planned for Halloween? Asks Decanis Sodden. Yeah, but I'm not going to give away any promises because if I can't fulfill them, I know I'll disappoint people. But I do have a really cool video planned. We'll see. Gabe says, because I've given you enough money. Gabe, you're very kind. I don't know what I did to deserve viewers like you who keep donating. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't get the Scotch you wanted me, or the bourbon you wanted me to get. I tried. Paul Kett says, WWE. Are you a fan of it? I'm going to get WWE 2K18. So you'll forgive my ignorance, but when I was a child, my friends in high school were all obsessed with the WWF, and I never understood it. I'm not dissing it. I'm not trying to get on people who like it. I'm just saying, from a personal perspective, I never understood it. A bunch of really sweaty men wrestling. I liked the video games. Like, you would get on your Nintendo and you had the Undertaker and you could smash a chair over someone's head. Those were fun. I remember sitting with my brother. We would have the Nintendo and we would play the video games of these WWF fighters. I liked Andre the Giant. He liked Randy Savage. And I had fun with that. But I could never sit and watch the WWF. So then, I grow up. And I'm gone for a long time. And by gone, I mean I've never thought about wrestling for a while. And then I start seeing all these memes online and videos of something called the WWE, which looks a lot like the old WWF, but more like a soap opera. Is that the same thing? Did something happen while I was off at college and getting married and having kids? And did the WWF become the WWE and it suddenly became like a daytime soap opera? Because that's weird. I don't know. It seems weird to me. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people who really enjoy it. That's fine. It's weird to me. That's all. Are you going to be playing BioShock again? Asks Dawson. Yeah. I haven't gotten into it recently because I've been so preoccupied with Metro. I've been having a lot of fun with Metro. But I enjoyed BioShock. It has its own interesting vibe. And I'm really enjoying the Metro vibe right now. But when I'm done with Metro, I'll probably get back into BioShock. Man, I can't keep this thing on fire. There are too many questions. When I was stationed in Washington State, I tried this scotch called Monkey Shoulder. Maybe you can try it. Thank you, Fallout Russian. No promises, but I'll look for it. Here, I'm gonna write myself a note. Wait, I said that I wasn't gonna be doing this, right? Yeah, okay. If I happen to see something called Monkey Shoulder, I'll try and get a bottle. Although I don't know, I've got a rule about drinking liquid fish. I should probably make a rule about drinking monkey shoulders too. It would be hypocritical of me to be disgusted by fish and seafood, but not monkey shoulders. I'll look into it. What's the best New Vegas DLC to start with? Asks the Dark Seraph. I can't answer that for you, but I'll tell you what I did. I'm starting in order. I figured they released them in a specific order for a reason. I don't know if it's a narrative reason or what. I know that they often refer to each other. You don't have to play them in order, but I'm playing them in order. That's just what I wanted to do. Where's the scotch? Right here. Cheers. Pam says, can you please chug a bottle of scotch? No. My friend, that is not the purpose of scotch. One does not chug a bottle of scotch. That disrespects the scotch. Every drop must be thoroughly enjoyed and savored by every taste bud on your tongue. If it passes the tongue and just goes straight into the epiglottis, you have failed as a scotch connoisseur. This is why we do not chug on scotch and smoke rings. We sip with a small glass, slowly, over the span of 2 hours. Cheers. And it keeps going out because I keep talking. Decanis great question, says, how do you think Honest Hearts handled religion? Do you think it fit well, or was it a little awkward? I think they did a really good job. It's one of those things where religion is hard to tackle in a video game, which is why it's almost never used unless it's portrayed negatively. Like, it's you can get away with it if you're portraying it negatively. You've got these crazy Christian villains who are sacrificing babies in some inbred town. That's the plot of Outlast 2. Okay. Yeah, they're not going to offend anyone with that. But the moment you actually give respect to people of faith, that's when you start stepping on toes. Because there's a lot of baggage with faith. So when I found out that Honest Hearts had a little bit to do with religion, I was a little concerned because I didn't know how they were going to go about it. I thought they ended up going about it fine. Like, I didn't feel like they went out of their way to disrespect anyone. And I felt like the Canaanite religion felt like it fit in the Fallout universe, like it's something that would naturally evolve in Utah after the bombs dropped. It still retained many roots to Mormonism. They still carried the Bible, presumably the Book of Mormon. They still referred to it a lot. But it also evolved a little bit over the 200 years, and they were dealing with tribals. And it didn't bother me, the fact that they had Mormonism in Honest Hearts. And I thought they handled it really well. I also like the fact that they had two sides. They didn't make religious people the enemy, but they also didn't make religious people the saints. You had Daniel, who was very pacifist, but he was also a bit preachy. And then you had Joshua Graham, who was extremely aggressive and maybe a little bit judgmental, but not quite as preachy, I guess. So, I don't know, you kind of had... It was an interesting dynamic, so it didn't bother me. I thought they did a good job of it. Packet lost? Are people having lag or something? My connection looks pretty good. Taking a look at my broadcast, I've got 5.2% dropped frames. I don't know if that's good or bad. Is that good or bad? My bandwidth is 2672 kilobytes per second. So, okay, I guess, right? DeCanis says, so going off of that, would you like your, I'd like your thoughts on another game heading to Salt Lake City, New Canaan. And going back to some of Fallout 2's tribal elements. No, I think I'm good with Utah and New Canaan. The Honest Hearts DLC was enough for me. I don't think we really need to revisit it. Maybe it could be alluded to in side quests or in dialogue, but I don't think we need to ever revisit it. As for the more of a tribal feel, I don't think it would work that well because Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 happened much earlier in the time span of Fallout lore. You know, within a generation or so of the bombs dropping. The events of 3, New Vegas, and 4 happened much later. We already see civilization start to emerge. We see the NCR grow from a tiny town called Shady Sands over many generations to become practically a government, the government of California. So, and tribes are starting to go away. They're being absorbed by the Legion. Places are getting annexed by the NCR. So, I don't know. I think what we're seeing is that civilization was dashed and destroyed when the bombs dropped. But because we have a history of civilization and people have long memories, it got jump-started really quickly. We didn't have to go through 5,000 to 10,000 years of civilization building again to get to a modern-like civilization. We only needed about 200 years. So I don't think we really need to get into the whole, you know, just discovered the wheel and what the heck is fire situation of a tribal society like we find in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, except for in a few places. Like when we find the tribals in Utah, even they have already been dealt with by non-tribals. So, yeah, I don't really think we need to revisit tribals again in the Fallout universe. Gabe gave me another tip. Thank you very much, Gabe. And he says, since you can't get the bourbon, get some LaCroix LaCroix on Amazon. I prefer apricot or lime. Thank you very much. I appreciate the tip. I'm not going to be getting any LaCroix on Amazon. I'm just going to be drinking what I like to drink, what I normally like to drink, this Scotch. I typically don't drink lemon or lime or apricot flavored beverages. So I'm good. I've got my Scotch, but thank you very much. How would you feel, says Commander Fox, if Bethesda released a DLC that took place 2 years after the main quest of Fallout 4, where you can do quests for your chosen faction and see the impact they made on the Commonwealth? It would be interesting, but we wouldn't know if it was canon. That's the issue. Because we'd have a problem with... They would basically have to make 3 different games. 4. If you count the railroad. And I don't think they would ever do that. But, yeah, it would be interesting. Best Gold says, Oxhorn, what are your thoughts on Guinness? By the way, love the hat. Guinness is all right. There are a number of dark beers that I like. Guinness is not at the top of my list. It's about the middle of my list. I like Black Butte Porter. Irish Death is a good dark beer. Guinness is okay. The Meme Lord says, Oxhorn, when did you start playing video games? What was the first game you ever played? I first started playing video games in the 90s as a child on my Super Nintendo Entertainment System with my brother. Because we were walking around the mall one day, and Nintendo had big stands in the middle of the mall. And they were big black stands. There were these little booths where they had these arcade machines lined with black so that you could look at your game, where they had Super Mario and Duck Hunt. And my dad was fascinated, so we walked by and he saw these things. It was newfangled technology. Video games did not exist before this. Nintendo was really pushing it hard, so we stopped in the mall, and he played a little bit of Duck Hunt, and my mom played a little bit of Mario. And they decided together that this sounded fun, so they got us our first Nintendo Entertainment System with Duck Hunt and Mario. Those two games were my first games ever, and we had a lot of fun. Fond memories growing up with my brother playing Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Oxhorn, what are your thoughts on Colonel Shu and Major Daughtry? By the way, my name is because I support a coup against Kimball led by Colonel Shu. I like both Colonel Shu and Daughtry. The ground troops tend to be much more level-headed than the top brass of the NCR. And that said, they're not perfect. We did find that letter in the NCRCF where the warden was sending a letter to James Shu at Camp McCarran saying, look, we served together. I need more men here. You owe me. Now, he never got an opportunity to send it, which is why it's a draft, so James never saw it. But it still tells me that many months went by of the NCR pulling forces away from the NCRCF, and James Shu knew about it, likely, and still didn't do anything. So, I don't know. I like James Shu. He seems much more level-headed, but I don't really think he can do anything about his situation. Maybe because he doesn't have the power to do anything, or because he doesn't have the will to oppose the top brass, or to really, be the squeaky wheel that gets the oil. So he's really kind of ineffectual, in my opinion. I think he would make a much better leader than President Kimball. And I like Daughtry, but he's sort of a lower-level fellow, Major Daughtry. We do a few quests against the fiends with him, and then we don't really talk with him ever again. Oligon says, hey Oxhorn, you probably get this a lot, but do you ever play World of Warcraft still? And if not, do you ever get the urge to go back every now and then? No, I don't. I don't play it anymore, and I don't have the urge to go back. I have fond memories of World of Warcraft, lots of wonderful people I met doing that whole scene, but, I'm a different person now. I've moved on, and I'm working on other things. A lot of fun memories, but I'm really happy to be doing what I'm doing now. Is Smith says, hey Oxhorn, would a Mr. New Vegas lore video? Probably not, because we don't meet him in the game, unlike Three Dog, and he doesn't really do any quests. He's just a voice on the radio whose radio broadcasts update as you complete quests around the Mojave. So what would a video about that be like? It would be me playing the game, playing radio broadcasts, and then making a comment. And I'm not sure if that would be interesting. I don't know. I could try it out. It's also hard to do until I've covered every major quest in the game, which Mr. New Vegas talks about. Game time, says Justin. Coming soon, ladies and gents. I've had 3 puffs of my cigar. I've been talking too much. I guess that means I should probably start playing the game and stop talking, right? All right. I'll get to the game in a minute. I'll get to the game in a minute. Adam says, would you like to see Fallout set in Chicago? I believe Tactics was set in Chicago, wasn't it? Yeah, the Zeppelins crashed in the ruins, near the ruins of Chicago. So we have that whole game to explore. Verissimo says, do you have plans on upgrading your PC? Eventually, but right now I've already put so much money into it and I've upgraded it so much that it's hard to go. There's not much I could do. I could get a better CPU. The one weakness my rig has is the CPU. But I've really got the best graphics card. Everything else is pretty fine. Best Gold says, Oxhorn, if you weren't doing what you were doing right now, what would you be doing? What job would you have done if you hadn't done YouTube? I'd probably be doing what I was doing before this, which was working on my marketing career. Yeah, that's what I would probably be doing. Connor says, how about Minnesota to see where Moira comes from? Well, just because she has a Minnesotan don't-you-know sort of accent, I don't know if that necessarily means that she came from Minnesota. You know, Minnesota, the reason Minnesotans have that accent is because they had a lot of Scandinavian immigration. That accent came from the Scandinavian way of pronouncing certain sounds, which is why there are some communities here in Seattle that have a very similar accent. That's because Seattle, like the Ballard area, for example, had a lot of Scandinavian immigration back in the day. So big Scandinavian sections of the Seattle area. So maybe she just hailed from a family that had immigrated from Scandinavia before the bombs dropped in D.C. somewhere. We don't really know where she came from. I don't know, for those of you asking about where I'm reading these questions, I'm doing pretty good. I've got YouTube. I've got 3 different chats right in front of me. I've got Discord, Twitch, and YouTube, and they're right in front of me, and I'm reading. So, I'm doing pretty good covering all 3 places. So I will get to your chats. But there are a lot of them. A lot of people watching right now, so, you know, gotta give me a break. Lockie says, have you ever had any awkward moments when someone asks you what you do as a job and you have to tell them that you do YouTube? Yeah. It's a nightmare trying to get any kind of loan as a YouTuber. Any kind of loan. Car loan, home loan. It's a nightmare. Anything official. Taxes, IRS. You say you're a YouTuber. Want to rent a new house and you say you're a YouTuber. Especially, I don't want to say this really loudly. I don't know who's listening, but, well, I guess anybody could replay this. So, I don't know. There are some people who don't understand the idea that you work from home. And when they learn that you work from home, they get really concerned. Well, what is he really doing in his home? I assure you, I'm just making videos for YouTube. And they can't process that, so... It's tricky. Gabe says, do you allow people to friend you on Steam or any other sites? Yeah, I mean, I never check them, but people can friend me. People add me on Steam all the time, on Discord all the time. People add me on as friends on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, I don't do social media. I don't. So, I'm rarely on Steam. I go onto Discord every now and then. Discord is where I'm most active, and the folks watching from Discord right now will tell you that I'm not active there. So, so that tells you how active I am on social media. Logan says, I'm getting Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition in the mail tomorrow. I'm really excited. Any tips on a new Fallout New Vegas player? Well, congratulations. I hope you really enjoy it. I really don't have any tips for you. It's one of those things where, as a big open world, you just got to walk out there and survive. No matter what you do, you're going to have a good time in Fallout New Vegas. It's hard to have a bad time. It's such a great game. All right. Well, we should transition to the game now. So, as always, it's going to be harder for me to read your comments while I'm playing the game. In fact, I probably won't be reading any of your comments while playing the game. But in exchange, you get to watch me play a game. All right, let's turn off the music. Let's fire up Metro. And remember, anything can happen when I switch to a game on my computer. The stream could go down. You never know. So cross your fingers. Let's hope this works. Metro. So far, so good. Love that guitar riff thing. Okay, hold on. So, Metro Last Light, webcam off, webcam on. Bingo! So, where we last left off, I was in the middle of doing something when I had people knocking on my door, so I don't know what happened. I had to quickly close. I'm not sure where it's saved, where I'm at. Let's click continue and see what happens.
Pavel's almost certainly going to hang. Who knows?
Oh, no!
Looks like there's...
Doggone it! Oh, he cried! That was rather pathetic. Alright, so I gotta figure out what's happening. I arrived right in the middle of a firefight. I forgot what I was trying to do. I believe I've got a Russian friend who I'm trying to save from Nazis. Well, that did not go according to plan. Let's try this again. Okay. All right, I managed to get in. What was that?
is down!
Ah!
Man down!
All right, well, let's try this again. Sweet, I can loot the bodies from down here. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's blocked off. I guess someone's there.
Look through the commie.
What the hell? He might be gone. Damn.
Just you wait.
Find you some. Damn. Just do it. Stay cool. How about here?
Okay. I believe this is the farthest I've gotten.
Didn't seem quite like that. Something definitely seemed off here.
Yeah, maybe it was that I killed 5 of your guys. Was that a clue? Scotch. Looking at your chat. A lot of people are saying that there's lag, but I'm not seeing a lot of lag on my end. I don't know. A lot of you are saying bad lag. Okay. Let me try and fix this. Hold on. Sorry. I'm just now looking at the chat. You guys are saying bad lag. Not sure what's going on. Let me see if I can fix this. Well, I'm gonna turn off my camera for now and see if that fixes it. Okay, I still have yet to master ladders. Why can't I get up this ladder? There we go.
here! There! Freaking shit! Anyone see him? Not here.
Yeah, people still complaining about lag, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm not doing anything different than what I typically do.
Look for the coming. Looks clear. Isn't going anywhere. Move! Yeah, you! Come is free! Come out! Yeah, come out so we can look at you.
Whoops.
Over here.
So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Where did that come from? And am I back to where I started? I'm back to where I started, aren't I? All right, well, I turned off all of those switches.
Everyone's in!
And that just turns it all back on.
Die, you coming! Now, take this, you coming dog! Over here!
Okay, so that's the water pump. I've got the water pump on. It turned on that, which means I've got this flipping out, which means those are moving, which has presumably opened something, right? And by now I have likely killed everyone, so I probably don't need to sneak around anymore. Ah! And the door is
I
open.
surrender! Surrender!
Oh, all right.
I'll put my weapon down and come out now. Don't shoot.
Okay, fine. Thanks, buddy. There, I knocked him out. There's the elevator. Okay, I think I finally got this done now. Oh, about time.
Давай, проклятье заклеймённый.
Oh! He's on the other side of this door. Oh!
Наш разум смущен.
I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming.
Trial of the captured spy from the Red Line is started. All Reich citizens free from their duties are encouraged to attend.
What? It's a jackhammer. Okay, I get it.
In the name of the great fight, you have been found guilty of espionage. Given the severity of your criminal activities as a foreign agent, this court has sentenced you to death by hanging.
Fuck you, Fritz! Oh, death to the Nazis! And they will come! Remember!
Alarm! Alarm! The commies are coming!
Saved him! Finally!
Let's move! It's gonna be another Stalingrad around here.
Well, I probably should have done that a little bit more quietly, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no!
I dragged Pavel out of the noose, and he says he's going to take me as close to Polis as possible. Then I'll contact the Order and report on everything that has happened. The path to the legendary theater lies through the catacombs. I've never been here before, and without my new friend, I'd probably be completely lost. I hope he knows the way.
Okay.
That's the way to do it, bro! Just like the three musketeers, if there were two of them. You ever read the book? Really confusing, but I fucking loved it. Always wanted to be Athos. You can be D'Artagnan, huh?
I'll be D'Artagnan.
Right, we're short on time. We go to theater from here, then you off to Polis. I head back home to the Red Line, okay?
Sounds good.
I don't like how they gave up. The chaser locked the gate behind us. Not a good sign.
Does that mean we're about to fight monsters?
Fifth, come in! Andre! Fifth here. Cut the lights in that house. They are dead now.
Oh,
Got
great.
that?
Dead meat! Ё-моё! The hell? Oh, I just have to see about that. To hell with it! There's no retreat factor, nothing but blood behind us! Forward!
You're too fast there, comrade. I'm exploring here. Look at all these dead bodies.
Блять. That's why the Nazis cut the lights. These things hate it. Okay, Spartan, a short lesson. Bullets won't cut it here. But since they're afraid of light, let's take the light to them, okay?
Sounds good.
A cave-in? Ah! Looks like they blew the tunnel up. Well, maybe something on the other side they couldn't stop with bullets. Wait. I feel a draft. There's got to be a way through somewhere.
What's this?
Artyom, help me with this.
Oh man, I didn't get the key. I missed the key somewhere, doggone it. All right, I'm coming, comrade.
Come on, Artyom.
I'm here. Cool your jets. This is me quickly tapping E. Ladies first.
Shit! Cobwebs all around. Tuck. These little ones couldn't make all of this. There must be bigger beasts around. Chuvak, be careful not to wake them up.
Oh.
Shit! They're close! Wait, Artyom, don't rush. Careful here.
Oh, God.
Looks clear to me. Let's go. A shaft. That's high. Definitely no climbing up this one. Okay. Let's hope the elevator works all right.
Here's hoping. Whoa, yeah, that's a steep shaft, all right.
Yes! Generator online. Clear.
Let me in.
Monsieur? Let's take this baby for a ride, huh?
Sounds good.
Are we going?
We're going. We're kind of going. Are we going? Yeah, we're slowly going.
What the? Why did it stop?
What did you do? What did you do, Sergey?
Breakers out or what? Shit. Come on! Блять! They heard us.
Does this
You
mean we're
were
climbing?
right in their fucking nest. Shit! That's a lot.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's got the wall!
Oh no. Ah!
Eat this, bitch! See its belly? That's the only vulnerable spot. Their top armor's just too tough.
Great, I'll shine my light on their belly.
Okay, Artyom, if we run into one of these things, put your light on it till it flips belly up, you understand?
I
The
understand.
bastards hate the light more than anything. Come on, follow me. Fucking bitch! Artyom! Light! Fright, блядь!
Yeah, I got you. Calm down. He's belly up. Is that enough?
There you have it, bitch! Phew. Thanks, Chuvak. One for all, huh?
That's right. Well, I didn't risk my neck to save you for nothing, buddy. If I was going to betray you, I would have done it long ago.
Here!
Do I want
The
to
bridge.
explore?
I heard about it.
Do I want
The other shouldn't be far now.
Yeah, you stay there. I'm going to explore. I can't move. I'm frozen in fright. All right, let's go this way. Woo! Oh, look at those pulsating blob things. Ah, flies! All right, I think I'm done exploring.
Oh, that's high. It's all right, Artyom, jump! Let's move!
Well, jump again. I don't know if we can clear that one.
Them again! Hold them off, Artyom, I'll try to get us over.
Hold who off?
Great, this will do. Artyom, come help me pull this out. Now don't you turn this light off. Understand we're in a world of hurt without it.
Who said that? Was that him? What am I supposed? Oh, look at you. Clever Russian. Tip it my way, thank you.
Do like I do. Into the car.
Woohoo!
Shoot it while it's belly up. As soon as it flips, give it up.
Well, they die if I hold the light on them long enough, don't they? So why waste my ammo?
I'll give you a lift. Shit! Get inside! Artyom, a hand!
Come on!
Faster, move it! Here!
Come on, man! Come on, man! I've got my light on him. Get off of me, man. Ah! Oh, for Pete's sake! For Pete's sake! Come on, I kill one and another arrives. Shimmy the crickets.
Ready?
Yeah!
Let's go! You alright, Artyom? Come on! Let's go! Light, there! Let's go! How do you like this, huh? How do you like this, bitches? What? Okay, we're safe here.
Don't die, please, don't die.
Wait a minute, Artyom, it's bad without the light. Let me make a torch or something. Alright. Light up! Alright, let's go. Shit! Artyom! Keep close to me!
This is me keeping close to you.
Beat it! Ugly face!
I gotta explore, man.
You like it? Huh? You like it, bitch? Shit, looks like there's an electric lock. Okay, the wires go... Oh,
That
over
way.
there. Hey, look, D'Artagnan. You've got the light. If you follow the wires, there should be a fuse box somewhere. Used to power the gate, but the battery is surely dead now. When you find it, attach your charger to it. Then we'll try to open the door, okay?
Yeah, just don't die in the meantime, please. I didn't go through all of that work just for you to get...
Don't worry about me. I'm a toss. I'll strike them down with my steel.
Alright. Locked. Oh, this is just nasty. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Having a guide like Pavel sure puts my mind at ease. It seems he'd been here before, and Reich's peculiarities don't surprise him. I wish I knew what kind of mission he is on. Wait, no, I did miss one! I'm on a new one. The tunnels and stations of the metro are but a part of the subterranean construction projects carried out in the long ages of Moscow's history. The dukes would build secret passages and hideouts. The Tsars would construct catacombs and reliquaries. And even then, centuries ago, they would routinely stumble upon even older passages created in times immemorial, and perhaps not even by humans. Caves, underground riverbeds. Nobody really knows what's there around the metro stations, above them or below them. There are no maps, for the cartographers never come back from their expeditions. And those strange, nightmarish creatures inhabiting the catacombs, were they really born of radiation? Could they have always lived there? Perhaps they would just avoid men before, but now, feeling that our end is near, that we're no longer the masters of Earth, they got braver, and now approach us closer and closer to finally jump us and feed on us while we're still warm. Well, that's reassuring. Bedtime story for the kids, right? Yeah! I can see this becoming a problem if I get more than one attacking me. Well, that was disgusting. Jeepers. Okay, so I'm on the other side of that door. Aha. Good tidings. That's where I came from. Okay. Yes, he's not dead.
Oh, that was cool. Genius. Good thinking.
Yeah, all my
Ready?
stuff there. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. Okay.
First up. Follow me.
Oh!
We're almost at the theater now. The metro entrance should be pretty close. But however small the distance is, we'll have to cover it on the surface. And there, every step you take could well be your last.
There, now that the lag is gone, let's see if,
We're here. Pull yourself together. We don't have long before nightfall, okay?
Okay.
Okay, with the tunnel collapsed, the only way to reach the escalator down to theater station is cross the surface. And trust me, we don't want to be caught out here in the fucking dark. Opa, we're in luck, Artyomich! This place seems lived in. Rangers probably, I don't know. And when there are rangers...
Okay, I got a new note, and I missed one. I keep missing these notes. Since the day we ended up in the metro, I have gone up to the surface only a few times. The background radiation is too high there, so frequent ventures out translate into grave illnesses to those brave enough to attempt them. One has to stay constantly alert on the surface. The pollution tends to be uneven. There are hot spots which could dole out a lethal dose of radiation in a matter of minutes, while some places could actually be habitable if not for the monsters and unbearable gloominess. The eye can't discern between a safe spot and a hot spot. You have to use a Geiger counter. You can't go out to the surface without a gas mask either. We used to own the Earth. Today, although I still remember that summer day in the gardens with my mom, I almost can't believe it actually happened. I can't believe I used to live in one of those tall houses and could look up at the sky every day, as if Metro was always my home. But I still miss that world we lost. Okay.
Shit! Short on filters. We'll have to make do. Now come on, take what you need. We're all brothers in the metro. Hey, приятель, I could use a good watch like yours. Knowing how much air you got left is a must, huh? You know, I've heard of things roaming around that even bullets can stop. You have been through some bad shit, I know, but not like what's coming. Artyom, remember, if you want to live, don't drop your guard for an instant, okay?
Yeah, but how do you know what's coming, buddy? All right, let's go. What is that? Woo, that sun!
Whoa, that's impressive. I heard about this place. That plane was headed into Moscow when the whole city caught fire. The building where it crashed, that's the entrance to the theater. The ice is thawing up here. It's almost like spring, huh, Artyomich? Maybe we'll live to see the summer.
Oh, God, we're gonna only hope.
Wait. There's got to be an underground path somewhere around here. The Rangers would never cross the square out in the open.
That
Okay.
bus?
We could walk down the wing here. Okay, so much for the sun. Those clouds moved in fast.
It's been a while.
Yeah, radioactive. You almost feel it burning through my gloves.
Radioactive rain? I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is a rad storm.
There's the crossing. Let's head it there.
I'm right behind you. Ooh, but I wanna explore that though.
Check for filters, Artyom. You wanna swap your mask, do it fast. This
What?
podcaster won't be needing his.
Why can I barely hear you, man? Well, I'm doing as he says, but I don't see more filters.
Let's go out to the light. Check that service room.
Ah. What is this? So here's a little- So that's what it does. Okay. Filters, filters, filters. Ah, sweet Lord, filters! I can't get back there, can I? No. So what did I just swap? I lost my machine gun. Now I've got two guns with the same ammunition. Well, I can't wait long, so... Alright. I checked out the service room. I got one more filter.
You okay, чувак? You're all covered with blood.
Yeah, I know. Well, don't talk to me about it. Let's go.
Artyom, stop! Get down now! Watchman! Ё-моё, huge pack! The storm must be driving them. Ooh, I smell trouble. Stay calm. If they spot us, we'll be ripped to shreds. Shit! That was close. Okay, Artyom, no more tricks like that. Let's get to the plane before another pack comes through. Move it! I've heard stories about this place. Weird shit happens here. Hey, try opening it. I'll give cover.
What about the little dark one?
Jammed? Oh, bля, let's try together. Moving.
Ah, the sun. Ah, bless you,
Look,
son.
Artyom, don't lose your head in here. You understand me? Okay, let's go.
Oh! Oh,
One
no.
ranger told me this was a flight from Mallorca. Family is returning from vacation, you know? You know, Artyom, I've never been to the sea. Or even in a plane myself. Yeah, well, wasn't meant to be. I don't know, I feel weird.
Jeez.
Chuck, are you seeing this shit
Yes,
too?
I am seeing it. It's not just
Artyom,
you.
what is this?
Well, whatever it is, it's not real. Don't fall for it.
Ё-моё! Look! They're alive!
They're not alive. They're not alive. Calm down. If you see a beautiful woman, run away. It's a trick. They're not alive. I shall take refuge in the note. At least I can pause the game with a note. Oh. All right. The Red Line is one of the biggest and strongest states in the metro, occupying almost the whole line. But for as long as I can remember, the Reds always used to preach that their goal was the installation of communism throughout the whole of the metro. The restoration of a destroyed state that used to be based on the ideals of equality and justice. Great. Is this game going to get all commie propaganda on me? The problem is the independent stations keep their distance from the Red Line as best as they can, which means they can't restore the Red State without strife. Yes, the Reds are no angels, but what the Nazis are doing is regular horror. And I am happy to have an ally like Pavel, even if he's a Red. I mean, okay, yes, I can sympathize. After all, I'm an American. We were allies with the Reds for many years, so I'll take it.
What the hell was that? Shit! We're losing power! Engines are dead! Over tower! Flight 76715 here! What was that flash? Mayday! Ask them! Shit! The tower's gone! Tonya! We're going down! Speed! We're so much down! I can't get anything! Oh my god!
Whoa! Whoa! Turn the plane around! Don't go towards the fire! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Don't panic! We're gonna land! Where?
Hey! Hey!
Had to breathe!
Put it back on! Put it back on! Put it back on! Come on! What's wrong with you? Put it on!
Where?
Jeez. You moron! Golly!
Artyom, what? Really? If you hadn't woke me, I'd probably have suffocated, like the others did. Oh, like this one. Like this one here. Okay, let's get out of this place now. Now! Artyom, go right. I think we'll find the entrance behind the building. Shit, the demon! Take it down, take it down!
Come on!
Fucking demons! Dude, you owe me one.
You're right, I do.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Harry, we're almost there. Fucking watchman! As soon as we moved away from the plane, and we were almost there, huh? Get ready! They're moving in from the second floor! The entrance to the theater is around the next corner. We have to move now.
I'm behind you.
Follow
Let's
me,
go.
faster.
I'm going fast as I can. Come on. You're the one slowing me down. Can you jog a little faster than that?
Come over here.
Oh, please don't die here.
Give me a
Come on.
hand. Faster. More are coming. Booyah, we gotta find the entrance. Above you. Shit, too many of them. We have to ward the station. Get to the escalator. Hurry up, now. Move down, they're still after us. Open up! Open up, блядь, let us in, you bastard! One down. There you are.
There we go. Woo-wee.
Like a stroll through the park, huh?
Ah, yeah, no worries.
Our short visit to dead Moscow, the phantom of the past, is over. Pavel and I helped each other out again and are returning down to the metro as real partners now. You can't survive the wastelands any other way. But now ahead of us lies a populated station, the theater. It's very close to Polis. If Pavel manages to lead me through the Red Line guard posts, I'll be home in less than an hour.
Less than an hour, he
Okay,
says.
come on in. Sorry about that. Dangerous times, right?
We're going up soon. Are there many watchmen around?
We were lucky to get here. Okay, there's a nest in the building by direct plane.
No wonder it's such a bad dream today.
Oh, you want a nightmare? Well, it's waiting for you up there.
No sense going with just 3 men. To clear a nest, we need a couple squads at least.
So what now? You're not going?
To gather the men first.
Well, we're waiting for the guys.
On their way. Then we'll give the beast some hell.
All right, ladies and gents.
Welcome to the theater.
Thank you, my friend. I'll head through here. Now,
Come on in.
It's my height. The new standards say I'm 2 centimeters short. What happens when they find us here?
Take it easy. No one's chasing you. Anyway, 2 centimeters isn't much.
Not for you, maybe. You can join the army and be a citizen again. But your dependents get hanged.
oh my gosh.
I will join the army if you don't stop.
She's gonna get killed because she's 2 centimeters too short? Is that what I'm supposed to gather?
If you enlist, they acknowledge you as a person. But anyone deemed unnecessary is chased off or hung.
So you're here. Is that all of you? Or more coming?
We're all here. 2 trains, as agreed. Our people from the first one, did they get permission to enter?
Still waiting. They're giving our chief hell, but there's nothing he can do about it.
So, maybe while they're talking, you could let us in?
No, we can't.
Sorry, that's forbidden without a permit.
How about just the kids?
And leave the parent here? No, you better just wait there.
But you did let the first group in.
No, they're sitting on their train at the transfer track. Be grateful you're on the platform where you have some space.
Understood.
Wow.
Listen, everyone. Our stay permits are still being negotiated, so they told us to wait here.
What about the kids? They need rest. How long do we have to wait here?
Yes, how long? I can't wait no more.
I gotta pee.
Silence! They told us to wait, so we wait. However long it takes.
All right, well, we will explore this station next week in Scotch and Smoke Rings episode 429. I have got to finish up the video that I'm going to be publishing tomorrow morning, so I need to end the broadcast now. But thank you all for joining me. Had a blast. Finally got through that difficult section of Metro that I've been trying to get through for 2 weeks now. And thankfully we weren't interrupted by anyone, so great. Anyway, thanks for coming. See ya next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel. And be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for a brand new video. You guys have a fantastic evening. See you later.